Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let the record show all members are present.
I'll move the consent agenda.
I'll second.
After discussion was held, move this and second to approve the consent agenda. Supervisor Whitman, Supervisor Shea. Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, motion passes. Next up, we have Drew Camp, President and CEO, Council Bluffs Area Chamber of Commerce. Discussion and or decision to approve and authorize chairman to sign contract for workforce development services with the Council Bluffs Area Chamber of Commerce.
I don't have a lot of remarks for you here this morning. I really just all want to see if you have any questions, but I think the document that we provided for the funding plus the budget that we provided shows the breadth of the program and the funding and just how the budget's growing. It's growing frankly by the week. People are needing more and more things. We continue to add different programming, partner with different folks, whether it's at Career Advantage, different school districts. We're already working more closely than we even were before with Shalimar and Paula's team to get out into the county. Her and Alicia are working a lot to really make sure that they're doing what they can to get out to other school districts, other businesses, get information out there. The labor shed, for example, we just got that back in July. That's a really important piece of information, but it has a ton of different things that a lot of people don't necessarily know what it means. So what we plan to do is IWD, Workforce Development, is going to come in and do a presentation here in Council Bluffs, and they're going to do one out in Oakland, it sounds like, as well. We want to get the word out as much as we can and just be of the best service as we can, because this is the #1 need we have for our folks. We're even looking at doing a pretty extensive marketing piece potentially with some folks, but we're weighing our options with Paula and the city and the county and others to look at what would be best to do that in our targeted industries. That's something that we really need to make sure we're doing, because even though we're seeing the unemployment rate go up a little bit and the workforce participation rate go up, we're still seeing huge problems here in Pottawatomie County, Southwest Iowa, and Council Bluffs with workforce. So I do welcome any of your questions, especially I know a couple of you weren't here when we did our presentation, so I'd welcome any questions, comments that you have.
I really just have one for the board, and that'd be, where would we get that money from?
Well, this was, I thought, going to come out of the ARP funds.
I'd say we take it out of gaming for now, and then we'll figure that out. You know, if we can,
Because
it's not a
it's
big deal.
for economic development, right?
Right. I thought, just from what I recall, I thought we discussed taking this out of gaming when he was here last time. But
Okay. Trevor,
We can reimburse it. If you just have to find the clause or whatever.
and then, so is there a connection? You said IWD was going to come, Iowa Workforce Development was going to come over from, will that be the?
Des Moines office, yeah. There'd be someone from Des Moines who kind of really can dig into the data and speak to some of the specific things within it.
So did they do that labor shed for the whole, whatever we're called now,
They didn't do it for the whole region, no, the Wyoa region, no.
Yeah.
And that's something we're working closely on as well. We're already getting looped in on those conversations for the entire western part of the state for that office that's based out of Sioux City, but then it has a presence here as well. They're hiring, I believe, for the director. So that's someone we're working with. We're working with a few other entities right now as well on workforce. Alicia pretty much is involved with just about everything, including like Human Resource Association of the Midlands. So that's something that we're really integrally tied into. And just yesterday, I don't recall the organization, but Alicia is gonna be part of that as well, because they're doing some stuff in the region. So we're just trying to do everything we can with folks. But IWD and Iowa Economic Development Authority now do those labor sheds for free for all the areas to make sure everyone's getting them throughout the state. That was something about 2 or 3 years ago they started doing, and we had just gotten one, so we just now saw our new one in July.
I mean, we don't have a one-stop shop here anymore, do we? There used to be over at old mall, there used to be a workforce development.
Yes.
There still is a presence here. It's in the Omni Center.
It is still
So
there?
we still work quite a bit with them. A lot of the times that's on more your unemployment pieces and really trying to get into those different conversations. If you think there might be some abuse or fraud or things like that, those are really frankly kind of the conversations we've had a lot with them right now about folks who are turning down positions and if that's an issue for their unemployment, frankly. So that's something we're looking at, but we do work with them. They've sat on panels. They do a lot with different things. It just depends on what issue you're dealing with, because some people are better than others to serve in certain issues.
They were doing some training over there too at one point, but I don't know, you said they're looking to hire a new director?
Well, that's the one that you and I have conversed about, that's the one for the whole region, whereas that's separate from IWD. That's more the federal piece with the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act.
Okay.
I'll make the motion to
I'll
approve.
second that.
I take it, recommend taking it from gaming for now, and if you can reimburse the ARC, then do that.
Drew, a couple of questions for you. Have you put together a scope of work?
We do have a program of work, yes, it continues to grow. We've provided it, like it basically lists out our programs, and that's something we continue to see grow. Like I said, with Grow CB and these different programs, we continue to see those things get added up. For example, CB Career Accelerator, Acceleration, something we added with Iowa Western Community College. That's new, that's getting turned every now and then to change the different scope, whether it's CNA or if we need to start looking at maintenance techs. If we need to start looking at more other healthcare industry, because there's some issues there with image techs and things like that. Then there's also the Grow CB program that just came out, partnering with the youth in the school district and businesses. And we're starting to look at doing a return to work program. So yes, Alicia keeps an updated program of work. It's added to quite frequently, frankly.
Can you provide that to me?
Yeah.
Hey, have you set any benchmarks for, visiting the schools?
We have.
When you're gonna do it?
So as far as, we work most directly with CB, and that's more with Ruben and Delisa. That's who we work a lot with. She's also starting to work even more with LC. We're starting here in CB, then we're branching out. Career Advantage with Kara and her staff. They're very helpful because they're already out in several of the districts. She's going to start working with Kara and Shalimar to get out there a little bit more too. We know, for example, Trainer, I believe, is one that we're really looking at right now. So we want to continue to do that. But yes, those are all part of our reports that we give to Iowa West Foundation. We have certain metrics that we were graded on and that went into that application 2 years ago. And those are things we report on. We're applying for a grant with them right now, so we'll update those metrics. Those will be things we continue to measure. Some of them are hard to measure right now because we only have a year of data, because Alicia will have been there for a year in September. But those are things we continue to track, like brain gain, for example, is a difficult one to track sometimes. But we are trying to do our best to get into the schools and doing everything we can, working, like I said, with Delisa and Ruben. And we've just frankly been able to start doing that if we want to this year because of the limitations.
And you, in this agreement, you'll come to us every quarter and give us an update so we can actually see your scope of work and the benchmarks you've made and where you've been and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's something that Alicia and I will make sure that we have put together. Like I said, we're gonna continually be adding data to that because it's still pretty young in its infancy, so to speak, with the data metrics and tracking. But we can provide what we can to you and kind of speak to what we think that data points to.
Okay, this is a one-year contract, correct?
That's correct. The intent is to come back in the budgeting process and talk through what it would look like to go forward.
Till the end of June, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
What's end of June,
22.
22, yeah.
Will you send that document to the whole board?
The program of work, yeah, that's fine.
It's, because the first payment, it says September 1st, and then the next one, January 1st of 2022.
Are you guys on the same fiscal cycle as we are, or are you different?
Right now, currently, we're on the federal cycle, so we start the October to September. We're changing it to calendar year this year, actually, so we're transitioning it to calendar year 2022 to be a calendar year budget.
Okay.
It works better with our programming.
Has our legal team had an opportunity to take a look at this?
Yeah.
Yeah, went through it.
And,
Awesome. All right. Call for the vote.
good. So the new contract, if you're gonna go starting January 1st of 2022, you're gonna start going, calendar year? Is that what you're?
That's what we as an organization, yes. We'll pass a Q4 budget and a calendar year 2022 budget for this in September.
Okay.
And then the intent in my conversations I had was when we come into January, that's when we could have that conversation as part of the budgeting process, if that works for you.
Right. or maybe in December, we might have that.
Whenever works for you, we're open to it, but yeah.
Okay,
It's high pressure.
okay. Any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, such like sign. Hearing none, motion passes. Thanks, Drew.
Thanks, everybody, appreciate it.
You bet.
Well, we must be skipping David, huh?
No.
No,
Next
Don
up,
Gross and Ryan.
Napa.
Oh, I missed that.
How you doing, Ryan?
Not too bad, how about you?
Good.
Myself with MAPPA, discussing and decision to approve and authorize the board to sign board resolution 96-2021 entitled resolution supporting a community development block grant disaster recovery application for the property buyouts, and to authorize chairman to sign federal assurance signature page and HUD form number 2880 and dash applicant recipient disclosure / update report.
That's all been in the process.
Yeah, it's just forms we have to complete in order to submit a CDBG application, so.
I'll move that for you, Scott, for discussion.
I'd second that.
Okay, I got a motion, Supervisor Wickman, and a second by Supervisor Shea for discussion.
And what,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna ask Pam, is this different than what Matt sent out an email the other day? Basically saying that there's new fund, is this a different
Yeah, it is.
fund? Okay, alright, we're good then.
The, what are our odds of collecting these funds? Is it still pretty good?
Yeah, I think it's
So-
pretty good.
Then that will be the Potawatomi County's commitment to the buyout of the flooded property, so actually it won't cost the county anything.
1.9.
Yeah.
Correct. It's the 300,000. You know, you're 15%, the county's 15%. That's what
That is
this
really-
application is for.
That is really awesome. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate your efforts on that.
And that's through Homeland Security?
No, that's
It's
the, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, it's through the state.
The state of Iowa?
Yep.
The Homeland Security state of Iowa, part of Iowa, or?
Economic development,
Yeah, you can.
Oh, economic development,
IED.
Yep.
okay.
What was the total number bought out on that? Was it, did it stay at 8?
The homes,
Yeah,
8 homes, like a little over 2 million.
and there was one that was backing out, correct?
One is backing out, so we moved another one up, which
Okay.
was lower appraised value.
Mhm.
So we were hoping to get another home, but we're gonna wait, I think, until we close and then see how much funding we have left and hopefully put another home in there.
Did that sale go through?
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
all right.
So you
And
don't
then
know,
hopefully at the end of this year, then we can apply for more CDBG for more homes, period, you know, not just our portion, so. but
are
we'll
these
see.
still limited to like the homestead part of it, or can we buy all the way?
You can buy whatever the property owner wants to do.
Cool.
So there was
No.
2 farms that they just wanted the footprint, and then, you know, the other ones were smaller acreages. So I don't even know if we have larger parcels, but
Well, it seems like a lot of them are holding, like they just, parceled out there where the house was or whatever.
2 of
and
them
keep the
did
farm.
this go around, yeah. In 2011, there was more, I think.
I understand it, makes sense why they're doing
Yeah.
it. It'd be nice if we can just get it all, get them out of there.
We can buy 40s and 80s without a resident on it?
I think Justin's talking about homesteads with, a home with 40 acres, 80
Okay,
acres.
we can do that.
We can, but I don't know, it seemed like Terry Brown, the Homeland Security guy, they preferred the smaller portions, but.
Okay, 'cause that would really drive probably the appraisal up a little bit. The one house is still on the list, it's right there up north of the, I don't know, the guy that's got the trash, recycling.
Oh, are you talking about Jet Lane?
Pardon?
Jet Lane, that
No,
home?
no, before you get up that far north, those ones that sit right on the river there, right above the recycler off North Creek
Oh, Giramonte.
Yeah, that,
Giramonte is still on the list.
Okay.
Spark is not. He
Well-
withdrew.
it's strange if Stark's the other one. I went by there the other day, you probably drive it, more than me, and I wasn't paying that much attention, but there's a for sale sign up on the other one.
On Giramonte's.
Yeah,
She had called or emailed, I can't remember, a couple weeks ago, maybe longer, because she purchased a home, in Cloverdale, I believe. And she had some questions as to if, what the time frame was, if she could still back out. So
so is that the one that's for sale signs on then?
probably, I don't know, I haven't been up there.
Okay,
And she didn't say for sure
Have
she
you
was going to
noticed
list
that,
it.
Yeah.
there's a, but I thought it was
It's
on the
the
other
one
one.
that, if it is hers, it's the one with the really tall foundation. That's Giramonte's.
Okay,
Right on the river.
A nicer looking, I mean, I don't know, nicer than the other one, a nicer home than the other one. If that's the one you're
I
talking
don't
about.
know, I never recognized the sign, it's a blue one, that's what
So
I
it's
saw.
a realtor sign, or
Yeah,
is it?
somebody's, I
Company in town, I don't.
never seen it, any of the realtors around whose it would be, so. Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call?
Chairman Belt.
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman.
Aye.
Groby.
Aye.
Schultz.
Aye.
Shay.
Aye.
Okay, thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks. Good seeing you, Ryan.
We're moving forward with those.
That's it, ma'am?
Made it.
That's it for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
See ya.
Michael.
Okay,
Thanks for coming.
David, CIO, and discussion and or decision to approve the new cybersecurity analyst one job description and to allow IT to pursue filling the role. David?
So, back when we were pursuing our budget for IT, we talked about adding a cybersecurity analyst to the IT department, and we had agreed that we would essentially trade a help desk person. We're having a help desk person retire here soon, and instead of hiring a new help desk person, we would hire a cybersecurity analyst, and so that's what this position is. The purpose of this position is to like you might think, to protect county systems, county data, to develop the program further, to make sure we have systems in place and that we're monitoring as best we can to keep our systems protected, our data protected. So this is the description that I put together that Jana has looked at as well. And hoping to get the description approved so we can put this out there in
What position are you retiring?
a help desk 3 position. So instead of having 3 help desk people, we'll have 2.
Okay.
But since we've discussed this 6 or 8 months ago, we put some controls in place, I think, to make it, so for example, we've got the printer project where we're not doing printers anymore in IT. So we've eliminated that. We have decreased our hotline calls by making it only for emergencies. So instead of getting 150 calls a month, we're getting about 70 a month. So we're doing things like that to make the help desk less affected by this decision.
So what kind of, is this gonna come along with another software cost? So we got the cost of the employee, but are you gonna come back a couple months and say, well,
I don't
We need
think
this person to run
so. I mean, there might be software down the road, but we've got software that we've already been purchasing. We've got software called Alert Logic that we use for monitoring our internal network. We've got email encryption software. We've got spam, Barracuda spam hardware. We've got web. So I don't think so. No, I don't think that's a plan.
What's the extranet access management, is that a software?
No, that's just the external network, as people or hackers or others are trying to hit our external network.
Okay,
David, this position's a wash pretty much, right? When you
Correct.
take a look at the
It is
savings.
a little bit higher than our help desk person, but it's not so much so that we would have to adjust the budget.
But we're saving money on our printing.
Correct, yep.
I'll make motion approved.
I'll second.
when would we try to have this person on board?
So I presume we'd post it today or tomorrow for 3 weeks roughly, and then depending on the kind of feedback. Now, we're in a unique job market. I don't know what to expect. I don't know if we're gonna get 50 people applying or nobody. I have no idea what to expect in this market for
When does your
these.
person retire?
What's that?
When does your person retire?
End of September.
Awesome, all right.
So,
So to answer your question, Scott, I think within a month and a half, we probably have someone on board. That's what I'm hoping. We'll see what the response is on the posting.
yeah, get the
Get the right person in place. We're not gonna settle for someone. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I'll keep you posted on what we're hearing, what kind of feedback we're getting.
yeah. I would think that would be something, then they connect with, what's the state?
OCIO?
Yeah,
Yep, we'll certainly be working with them. We have various tools that we have from them, so yeah, there would be some interaction for sure.
okay. Great. Any other discussion? And the range was somewhere between 70 and 90?
73.6 to 94.3
Okay,
is the range.
yeah, okay. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, motion passes.
Hey, David, a couple of real quick things.
Sure.
Would you get on the agenda and give us an update on where we're at with that Microsoft 365
Absolutely.
issue?
Yep.
And also get on the agenda and talk to us about that new mapping thing.
Yeah, what we talked about yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Yep,
Thank you very much for that,
of
David.
course.
Was the 365 where we wait for the funds for that?
I think there was funds in the bond that we just got approved. I think that was gonna
There-
go towards that, right?
There were 40,000 for the vendor, and then the IT budget is the actual annual maintenance.
Okay,
So yeah, I can get on the agenda to talk about that a little bit more.
okay.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, are you gonna stick around just for a little bit here?
Me?
Yeah,
I can?
if you don't mind. Discussion and decision on use of courthouse conference rooms.
I'll lead this off if you want.
Pardon?
I'll lead this off if you want.
Well, that's fine.
I met with Bob Gass yesterday, and we looked at the rooms that he has available for his staff and the state, and he doesn't feel that he has any need to use any of the conference rooms. One of, I guess, there were some attorneys that represent defendants that were looking for a place to do their office work. And this is just Tim Wickman's opinion, but if you look at the use of our conference rooms, since we've opened them up, it's been dramatic. Our department heads use them all the time, and I am not in favor or even want to consider opening our conference rooms up to private attorneys to use when it can be used by our employees. There's security issues there, and Bob Gass is perfectly fine with us saying no to the outside counsel. So I think this is pretty much.
I feel better doing that.
I feel this is pretty much a moot point, and
I guess to me, it'd be maybe case by case, because I mean, if there's something that I don't know, I can see there being like a high profile situation going on where they just need a break for 10 minutes to go to a conference room, but.
They have conference rooms on third and fourth floor. They
Oh,
also
so
have-
there, you're saying these are for the new ones we have?
Yeah, they
Oh,
want to use
no,
our,
no, I'm with you there, 100%.
As for the
I
county,
think
we've
we're talking
been
like
using
all
them
of
a
them.
lot.
no, just our new conference
Where,
rooms,
where did the ask come from?
the attorneys,
To who?
Bob Gast.
Oh, the ask came to Bob.
Yeah, because when we got the email, it looked like it was state employees that were looking to use them, and I'm like, I don't have any issue with that, but I wanted to look at their,
Yeah,
I wanted to look at the contract, because they obviously have reimbursement
okay,
potential there, but.
So I don't think there's any action that we need to take.
No,
okay.
I'm with you.
Well-
We can personally let Bob know that we are not going to allow outside counsel to use our, conference rooms for the county.
At this time. There may be extenuating circumstance where we let somebody use them. I would think so. But, and to thank you for whoever did the data report. Is this, something that can continue to be, put together then?
I have to ask for that data from our web developer.
Okay.
I could continually ask for it or have him send me a monthly report or something like that. I could do that.
So are these, numbers, are these hours or what are?
They're meetings, not hours. I could do it hourly based if you would like as
Okay,
well.
so they're meetings. So in, August, in the Burr Oak room, there was only 18 meetings, right?
So
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but that sounds
August is
about right.
over.
But that room just opened up
Yeah.
in August as well.
How do you figure that?
24th.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry.
That's all right. You know, I listen to you all the time, Scott. You had me baffled there.
Okay, I'm already into September.
Yeah.
So in July, there was only 3 meetings in that, and that's the biggest of the.
That's the biggest one. That room just opened though, so I don't have the exact date on when it opened, but it was in
Okay.
July is when it opened
Okay,
for
so
use.
these are meeting numbers, not time
Correct.
numbers.
They're just counts of meetings, not hours.
Okay, and then are they throwing our meetings over here in the board hearing room, this room here? Are they throwing our meetings in there too? Is that in
Yes,
this?
every
number?
time the room is used counts as a meeting.
Okay. And Andrew feeds those numbers into the system then?
It's a little bit of everything. So this room and your conference room are managed by Andrew.
Right.
All the other ones are self-serve.
Okay.
So people go in on the intranet and reserve those rooms on their own. And we have those panels turned on now, so you can see who has the rooms when you walk by throughout the day. So you can always,
Okay.
you can walk by and see who's got this room today or that room today or whatever.
So as of right now, in my opinion, the rooms are only used by county employees.
And those rooms are locked, so a county employee is the only one who can open them.
Right,
So a state employee or an outside attorney could not open those doors.
right.
So they'd have to have a county employee let them in.
Okay.
Okay, we need to do a vote on this.
Nope. I
So-
don't think we have to do anything.
So we're not,
I'll just let Bob know that the board said that we're not allowing outside counsel and outside.
we're not considering, any outside use of the rooms at this point.
You know, if Bob Gast ever needed that, one of our conference rooms, he would contact, the board and ask for that. I
Right.
don't have any issues with that,
No,
you know, I really don't, but he doesn't think they're gonna even have a need.
right. Okay,
Okay.
thank you, David.
Sure.
But if we can, I think that report's, valuable in that, usage of.
I'll see if I can get that data monthly and feed that to Andrew.
It'd be nice to have, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, next up, we have,
Thanks, guys.
the discussion and decision to approve and authorize the board to sign resolution number 89-2021 entitled Resolution Directing the Advertisement for Sale of $5,955,000 amount subject to change, general obligation, local option sales, and service tax bonds, Series 2021C, and approving electronic bidding procedure and official statement.
So moved.
And I'll second that too.
Okay. Discussion?
This is for secondary roads.
Yeah, this is secondary roads.
Yep.
Local option sales tax.
Okay, no other discussion, roll call?
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisors Wickman,
Aye.
Groby,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Shay.
Aye.
Okay, next up, we have a discussion and/or decision to approve and authorize the board to sign resolution number 90-2021 entitled Resolution for Transfer from Bond Series 21B Debt Fund to Gaming Fund.
So moved.
And that would be,
I'll second it.
that's $6,615.
Why are we doing that?
Why are we doing that?
We're,
Because it's,
we're using money out of the new urban renewal bond that we have to pay back the game that because we expensed the asbestos out of the armory, out of gaming, so to reimburse that to use those urban renewal funds since it's on the campus.
How much was that?
6615.
6,615.
Well, it was more than that.
Well, yeah, and keep in mind too, that some of what we thought we could reimburse, we couldn't because of the timeline. So I think that some of these type of things that Mitch is finding is so that we don't have to go back and completely redo what we tried to do in the beginning.
So, and yeah, that's just the asbestos part because we haven't done the actual demo part of it yet either. So that'll come out of the urban renewal when we actually get to spending money on that part of it.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisors Shay,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Groby,
Aye.
Wickman.
Okay, next is
Trying to mix it up?
discussion and/or decision to approve and authorize board to sign resolution number 91-2021 entitled Resolution for Transfer from Property Acquisition Land Improvement Fund to Gaming Fund. This one is $141,815.50.
And that was from?
This is the reimbursement of gaming funds that was spent on the 100-yard shooting range.
Okay.
So it'll come out of the land acquisition and improvement fund, and then as we work down further, you'll see where, well, we actually take, we're getting money from the sheriff forfeiture fund and stuff too, to start
Right.
funding all that, so all that money will come out of there.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisors Shay,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Groby,
Aye.
Wickman.
Okay, discussion and decision to approve and authorize board to sign resolution number 92-2021 entitled Resolution for Transfer from Bond Series 21B Debt Fund to Property Acquisition Improvement Fund. This one is for $1,672,805.
This is the reimbursement for the B-wing remodel, paying back out of the urban renewal fund. That's what was eligible because of the dates.
Got a motion for that?
Nope.
I'll give you that.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? So how close did that come on the B wing?
For the total
Yeah,
project. if I remember right, I think we missed out on maybe like 1.1,
Yeah, okay,
so.
The total project was 5 million.
right.
Oh, missed out on more than that.
Yeah, we missed out on 60%.
Of that,
Is what it is.
yeah. Okay. But there's, nothing outstanding on the B wing,
It's done.
we're done and complete.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Roll call?
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman.
Aye.
Groby,
Aye.
Schultz.
Aye.
Shay.
Okay, discussion and or decision to approve and authorize board to sign resolution number 93-2021 entitled Resolution for Transfer from American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA Fund to Property Acquisition Improvement Fund. And this is, 500,000.
So this is taking the 500,000 out of the ARPA funds to be used towards the sheriff's building addition, which is gonna expand square footage to reduce the spread of COVID.
They need it. I'll motion.
I'll second it. That's a stretch. Literally, it's a stretch.
Oh,
No pun intended.
for the COVID, you mean? Okay,
Stretch the building out.
but they're on top of each other up there.
Any other discussion? Okay, roll call?
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisors Wickman.
Aye.
Groby,
Aye.
Schultz.
Aye.
Shay.
Aye.
Okay, the next up is discussion and or decision to approve and authorize board to sign resolution number 94-21 entitled Resolution for Transfer from the Special Law Enforcement Fund to Property Acquisition Improvement Fund.
Second.
Andy's aware of this, right?
Yeah, Andy and Jeff are aware of this, so, we agreed to give the 1.5, I think $1 million of it actually goes towards the shooting range and 500,000 goes towards their addition or vice versa. Either way, it ends up being the same coming out of the land fund.
Sure.
Then we have about an extra 110,000 out of a bond that's expired that'll help them pay for furniture and equipment and stuff in there when we get to that point, so.
That hasn't come to us yet.
No, not yet.
Good. Okay.
That's the 2018 bonds that would have expired back in March, so we need to get that spent, and that was a good place to use that for. The treasurer was gonna use some of that. And what was the third thing on there, Becky? Do you remember?
That's all right.
But yeah,
Talk about it when he gets here. Awesome.
We gotta do that by when?
Probably this next month.
Okay.
At least get it allocated out of that bond anyway.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay. Roll call?
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisors Wickman,
Absolutely.
Groby,
Aye.
Schultz.
Aye.
Shay.
Aye.
Okay, discussion and or decision to approve and authorize board to sign resolution number 95-2021 entitled resolution to transfer from bond series 21A debt fund to rural basic fund.
Reimbursement for a planning vehicle coming out of one of the bonds that we just approved.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
You did the second, right, Justin?
Yeah.
Okay. And this was for planning and zoning, right?
Yes.
Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call?
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisors Wickman.
Aye.
Groby,
Aye.
Schultz.
Aye.
Shay.
Aye.
Mitch, thanks for your efforts and your explanation on those. I appreciate
Becky
it
put
very
a
much.
lot of work in that too, so she needs
Yep.
some kudos too.
No,
Thanks, Becky.
thanks, both of you,
You're welcome.
you know.
I'll make the motion, go for the second.
Motion to
Pursuing.
go